Welcome back in lecture 11, effective communication in project management. So we know that communication, one of the key component in project management. That's why in this lecture, we will explore how it can hold the project together so that everybody on the same page, and how we can improve communication in this lecture within the teams. Let's explore that part. Let's continue lecture 11, effective communication in project management. So we will cover overview of the role of communication in successful project management, introduction to the key elements of effective communication in projects. Let's discuss why communication is so crucial in project management. First, let's talk about why communication is so crucial in project management. Good communication facilitates collaboration among team members, ensures that all stakeholders are aligned with project goals, and helps identify and resolve issues quickly. It also supports better decision making by making sure all relevant information is shared in a timely manner. In short, effective communication is the foundation of any successful project. Now we will go through the elements of effective communication. So there are several key components to consider. Clarity. Your messages should be clear and easy to understand, leaving no room for ambiguity. Consistency. Information should be consistent across all channels and stakeholders, preventing confusion. Timeliness. It is important to communicate information at the right time to keep project on track. Feedback. Encourage and incorporate feedback to continuously improve your communication efforts. Relevance. Share information that is pertinent to your audience needs, avoiding unnecessary details. Communication channels in project management. Next, let's look at the different communication channels available in project management. Each channel has its strengths, and it's important to choose the right one for the situation. Number one is meetings. Regular project meetings are great for status updates and decision making. Emails. Use emails for formal communication and documentation. Collaboration tools. Platforms like Slack, Teams, or Asana are ideal for day-to-day communication. Reports. Regular reports keep stakeholders informed about project progress. Face-to-face personal interactions are valuable for sensitive discussions. Strategies for clear and consistent communication. So how can you ensure that your communication is clear and consistent? Define communication protocols. Establish guidelines for how and when communication should occur. Use a centralized platform. Keep all project communication in one place for easy access to avoid information silos. Provide regular updates. Consistent updates help keep everyone informed and engaged. Tailor communication. Adjust your communication style and content based on the audience needs and preferences. And document everything. Ensure that all communications are documented for future reference, which helps maintain transparency and accountability. Next important part is overcoming communication barriers. So despite your best efforts, communication barriers can still arise. Here is how to overcome some common challenges. Language differences. Use simple, clear language to bridge any language gaps. Cultural differences. Be aware of and respect cultural communication norms to avoid misunderstandings. Information overload. Focus on key points to prevent overwhelming your audience with too much information. Technical jargon. Minimize the use of technical language when communicating with non-technical stakeholders. Physical barriers. Use technology to bridge gaps in distributed teams, ensuring that everyone stays connected. The role of active listening in communication. Effective communication is not just about speaking, it's also about listening. Active listening plays a crucial role in communication by encouraging engagement. It shows respect and encourages others to participate in the conversation. Improves understanding. It ensures that all perspectives are heard and understood, leading to better outcomes. Builds trust. It demonstrates empathy and builds stronger relationships within the team. Reduces misunderstandings. By listening carefully, you can clarify any potential miscommunication before they escalate. Next, we will discuss communication planning in projects. To ensure effective communication throughout your project, it's important to have a solid communication plan in place. Identify stakeholders. Determine who needs to be informed and how often. Determine communication needs. Assess what information each stakeholder group requires. Choose communication methods. Select the most effective channels for each type of communication. Schedule regular communications. Plan regular updates, meetings, and reports to keep everyone informed. Review and adjust. Regularly review the communication plan and make adjustments as the project evolves. Tools for enhancing communication in projects. So various tools can help enhance communication in your projects. Project management software. Tools like Asana, Jira, or Trello for tracking progress and communication tasks. Collaboration platforms. Use platforms like Slack, Microsoft Teams, or Zoom for real-time communication. Document sharing. Google Drive, SharePoint, or Confluence for sharing and collaborating on documents. Reporting tools. Tools like Power BI, Tableau, or Excel can help create and share reports. Survey tools. Use tools like SurveyMonkey or Google Forms to gather feedback from your team and stakeholders. So now we have covered basics of effective communications in project management. Let's talk about best practices you can implement in your projects. Best practices for effective project communication. Here are some best practices to keep in mind. Be transparent. Share both good and bad news with stakeholders to maintain trust and transparency. Be concise. Keep your communications short and to the point to avoid overwhelming your audience. Use visuals. Enhance understanding with charts, graphs, and other visual aids, especially for complex information. Encourage two-way communication. Foster an environment where feedback is welcomed and acted upon, making communication more effective. Stay adaptable. Be ready to adjust your communication strategies as the project progresses and new challenges arise. Measuring the effectiveness of communication. How do you know if your communication efforts are effective? Here are a few ways to measure. Stakeholder feedback. Regularly gather feedback on communication effectiveness from your team and stakeholders. Project outcomes. Assess whether communication is helping to achieve your project goals. Engagement levels. Monitor how engaged team members and stakeholders are with the communication processes. Issue resolution. Track how quickly and effectively issues are resolved through communication. Communication audits. Periodically review your communication processes to identify areas for improvement. Now we will check case study, successful communication in a project. Let's take a look at a case study where effective communication played a key role in a project success. In this example, what I am going to mention, a project team implemented clear communication protocols, used a centralized platform for all project communications, and held regular feedback sessions. These strategies led to improved collaboration and quicker issue resolution, and ultimately the successful completion of the project. The key takeaway here is that consistent, transparent, and tailored communication can significantly enhance project outcomes. Recap and key takeaways. To recap, effective communication is vital in project management. By focusing on clarity, consistency, and timelines, and by using the right tools and strategies, you can ensure that your communication supports your project success. Remember to prioritize communication planning and be adaptable to your project evolves. Thank you for joining me in this lecture 11. I hope now you have a better understanding of how to enhance communication within your projects. So we will focus other parts in the communication like email and other in the next phase of lecture. So I look forward to see you there.